Hey! That's music to my ears. It's time for Three Guys Before the Game. Thanks, everyone, for being with us. It's episode 655. That means that we are previewing West Virginia and Ohio University. Been a while since we met the Bobcats. We're going to dive deep into the Bobcat world and figure it all out. Hoppy is here. The Senator is here. Quorum is assembled. Let's do it. Three Guys brought to us by GoMart. Get yourself a GoMart rewards card. Save on food, fuel, and everything else. Go to GoMart.com for details or just go to your phone and download the app. By Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way. Tudor's Biscuits. By Comax Business System, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, efficient for 25 years. By Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law. They won't take no for an answer. And Spreads on Stats. Coming up, brought to us by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers. All right, it's West Virginia and Ohio University, 4 o'clock start time on Saturday. Spoke with their play-by-play voice just yesterday, told me they're getting ready in Athens for what they're considering to be the biggest game since 2005 when the Pitt Panthers visited. So I'll tell you that, going to be big from all sides. And here's the other piece to this. If you're going to the game, all right, if you're going to the game, and the game, as you're listening to this, still hasn't been played, and you're not sitting in the stadium, you're too late.
What now?
He said you better get there early. Like early. He said this. He said, if you think you're going to roll in at 2 o'clock and like be comfortable to find a place to park and then finally say that you're going to miss some of the first quarter.
Well, Mountaineer fans have gone to big games before.
That's not the issue. That's not the issue. Mountaineer fans aren't doing the logistics. They're not bringing it. That's not their responsibility.
Well, it's not. But listen, there's a lot of Mountaineer fan season ticket holders now in Ohio U. I'm sure they know the process there because they own season tickets to the game, so they'll be fine.
You might be right
because they're used
that.
to doing that.
They probably have green lot passes.
Giant influx of West Virginians on the Ohio season ticket base, so they'll be fine. Season ticket holders know how to get around.
I'm just saying, don't blame the messenger. If you're going, don't play it late, go super early. Otherwise, you'll be texting us after the game saying that it was an absolute horrific situation. You missed half of the first quarter. I'm just saying, you decide.
Are they playing this at the old the Washington football team ballpark where they don't open the parking lot gates till an hour and a half before the game?
There's probably some folks from Parkersburg over there tailgating right now. They're probably in the lots already.
Calm down, Tony.
Okay. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just see if there's anything that comes out of it. If not, you can thank me for telling you to get there early and you got a good situation. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
If it's 4 o'clock, don't you think Mountaineer fans are going to get there?
Yes, but
yeah. Here's
the problem. It's not that big of a facility. They don't have a lot of that good ingress, egress. I mean, it's not just be ready. That's all.
Okay. All right. Duly noted. Noted.
That's my obvious observation. What about yours? I know you've been really working, obviously, on these.
Obviously. Oh, you want me to go?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Obvious trap game.
No, it's not. The head football coach addressed that at his press conference.
Trap game. Playing a home underdog. Opened at 3.5, went down to 2.5. So some of the money's coming in.
Then back to 3.5.
Okay. So it's a definition of a trap game. Second is I love the coincidence. Head coach Brian Smith is 1-1 since becoming a head coach. His one win, Brad?
Jack State
last year. This is Ohio University, and Brad's going to get all over me on this, but this is a pretty good program. Has been for a number of years. Frank Solich had it going. Then handed off to Tim Albin. They won 31 games in 3 years. 11 games last year, and then Albin left for Charlotte, and they turned it over to Brian Smith. So they filled internally for the last couple of coaching hires. So it's been a good program for a while. Brad's going to start rolling his eyes already. Parker Navarro is legitimate.
Very good.
He is a run-pass guy. He had almost 100 yards last week against Rutgers running, and then Rutgers 2-something passing. So he's legit, and you have to worry about a running quarterback. They rallied in the second half, lost to Rutgers 34-31, but they did rally in the second half. They have a big tight end. By the way, I'm mentioning
he glossed over. They gave up 31 in the first half to Rutgers. But
gave up 31 in the first half to Rutgers, but
Continue
shut him down to 3 points in the second half, so made a good effort in the second half. I love the name of the tight end that caught 2 touchdown passes, Jake Bruno. That's a tight end name, isn't it? Jake Bruno.
Yeah, that's tight end.
Had 2 touchdown catches.
Doesn't sound like a cornerback. Doesn't sound like, right?
No, it's a tight end.
Yeah.
They run the RPO. I talked to Steve Dunlap yesterday, and former West Virginia defensive coordinator. And Dunlap said, if you're going to stop the RPO, the pressure is on the corners and the safeties because they got to be up there. They got to watch the pass, obviously, but they got to be up there in run support. So he said, if you're doing the RPO, you probably are not going to be able to throw deep. So the corners and the safeties have to not be suckered in and run downfield. They got to stay up closer to the line and be ready for the run or the short passes. Brad, West Virginia, if West Virginia wants to run the football, right? So a team's defense is probably going to load the box. If they load the box, Brad, what do you want to do? Throw it. Can West Virginia throw downfield? We saw the one big one last week against Cam Vaughn, but can they do that consistently? They really didn't do it last week. Maybe didn't have to.
Didn't have to.
So can they throw deep? Can they stretch that defense?
Cam Vaughn had 9 catches against this team.
For 183 in the bowl, he's still catching passes against this defense. But go ahead, Gertrude.
And have the players decided? I know what the coaches say.
Right.
And certainly they are saying it and saying it and saying it. And sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. Have the players decided? And have whoever the leaders are on this team going to be decided that this is an important game and they better be ready to play? Because, again, after the coaches say what they say, somebody on this team or bodies have to be leaders and get the other players to understand that this is a legitimate program and a legitimate team, and you better be ready to play. Otherwise, you're going to get beat.
Obviously.
Right? Yes.
Obviously. Hoppy had a lot there.
He had a lot. That was really good.
Are you anxious about the game, Hop?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay,
clearly.
Good. And you should be, because, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you saying that this is a really good program.
Yeah.
They won 11 games for the first time in school history last year, and they're picked 3rd in the MAC this year despite the coaching change. And what Frank Solich did there was absolutely tremendous. They named the field after him. Solich, one of the all-time great football stories. He is the heir apparent at Nebraska for Tom Osborne when they were absolutely rolling and winning world championships. And that Husker fan base turns on him in an instant as soon as he doesn't do exactly what Tom Osborne was doing, and they have been paying the price, fair to say, ever since.
They've never recovered.
They've never recovered. Instead, Solich said, oh, is that right? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Lincoln. I'm going to go over here to Athens and just going to win a bunch of games. They're going to name the field after me. And he's a class guy, so he never gave him the full thumb their nose, but like one of the all-time worst decisions in Nebraska football history, because they haven't been themselves since.
Have not.
So, yeah, they're a really good program.
Oh.
No ifs. Oh,
I thought you guys were going to shut me down.
No, absolutely. It's a quality program.
They were really good last year.
Yes.
They were really good. Knocked off Iowa State a couple years ago at home, too. That's part of why people start to get anxious about this game. Iowa State did have a flu bug running through their program in that particular game, though, which was a factor. Good team last year. Really good team.
Yeah.
Are you done?
I am done.
So I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'll have to break out my my numbers on the 86 Bears since Kercheval lined up here. Did you say you did the line? You jumped right into the line there.
Yeah.
West Virginia's a 21-point dog in this game, apparently?
No, he didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that.
No, you didn't hear what he just said?
3.5 points.
3.5 to 2.5.
Playing the greatest team ever to line up in college football over here,
that's
said
not what I
Kercheval.
said. That's
Well, I'm
not
sorry?
what I said. You're mischaracterizing what I said. And
West
everyone
Virginia no
listening
chance to
knows
win.
that.
Gave
No,
West
it's
Virginia no
not
chance to
what
win.
I said. Not what I said. I'm saying you're on the road against a team that you would normally be. You would think you are a definitive favorite, and you're only 2.5, 3.5 point favorite. That's significant. That's that way for a reason.
I'm surprised that line's low. You look at power rankings, and it's not even close to that. It's a 10-point difference in most power rankings. So I'm surprised at that line, and that's why you see West Virginia now taking money. Once it got under that key number of 2.5, people jumped on that, and the number's starting to go up the other way. Here's a couple other things to counter Ohio's national championship bid from Kercheval. This Ohio team's 100th nationally in returning production. So we talk so much about all of West Virginia's new pieces. Ohio U right in that same boat, one of the bottom 30 teams in returning production. They lost a 1,200-yard rusher. They lost a 1,200-yard receiver that had 8 of their 14 catches. They lost their top 4 offensive linemen. They lost their entire starting front 7. Top 5 defensive linemen, top 4 linebackers. So this is a team that was really, really good last year, Hop, and we did that bowl game against Jack State. This was an outstanding team led by Navarro. You're right. He's very good. This team lost a ton. Now, I was surprised how well they hung with Rutgers in that game, but there's some numbers. Are we on the numbers segment?
You mean the full?
Start the numbers segment.
Already?
Let's just start the numbers. We're going right in.
Okay, that's
Kercheval
cool.
set this up as a national title, so I'm not messing around with any niceties. We're going right to the numbers.
So you just want to do it right? I mean,
Yeah, West Virginia going for its third national championship game. I want to get the numbers right now.
Am I going to get
I just went lined up in a big game. By God, we're going to the numbers.
Analytics portion of the show.
all right, man. Let's do the
Let's go.
let's do the numbers then. Fine, we'll do the numbers. 3 guys before the game. Spreads on stats.
I might
with
end up
Brad.
going to this game. I wasn't planning on a road trip. I might go to this game. I'm going to leave today. I'm going to leave today so I get there early. Might be going.
3 guys brought to us, and Spreads on Stats brought to us by Conley CPA Group. They do provide value beyond numbers. They're a complete service public accounting firm, but they do so much more. They're a consulting firm, so they serve clients throughout West Virginia, surrounding states, helping them, guiding them, shepherding them with their business questions. They say, nah, do it this way, don't do it that way, otherwise this could happen. That's Conley CPA Group. 40-year anniversary going on right now. Local firm, experienced pros, and they do offer remote accounting, so you don't have to deal with all the numbers. They'll do it for you, and they won't even take up a parking space. Kind of neat, isn't it? All right, jump on in here. Oh, you putting the Buddy Holly glasses on.
Glasses on because I got a lot. I'm going to kind of jump around on this
He went straight Buddy Holly glasses on.
I know. I'm
preview slash.
worried.
Let's just look at some things. So this isn't a straight normal keys to the game. Let's just look at some different things about this. And I want to start with this Rutgers game that Ohio opened with, because I do agree with Kercheval from this part of it. When this schedule came out, you did look at this game as it's coming off what we knew was going to be an obvious win for West Virginia, and it sits right ahead of the Pitt game. So I understand the trap game part of it. It's your first time on the road. It is interesting, though. I can't wait to see, Tony, you'll have to report back on how many Mountaineer fans are in this stadium. Is it 10%? Is it 25%? Is it 40%? But I think if you're rich and you're West Virginia going on the road for the first time, this is about as good a road situation as you can have. It's close, and you're going to have a good contingent of fans, whatever that number ends up being, and it will be a loud contingent of fans. So in terms of road games, and yes, Ohio U is a good program, but you got about as favorable a road situation as I think you can come up with. So start with that. But I went from, this maybe is a little bit of a trappy game, to you start digging in and all those things I just said about how new they are with their personnel. Then I back to, okay, you're going to go in and you're going to handle this game. You win by a touchdown or more and you move on to the Pitt game and it comes next. Then you watch the Rutgers game and you're like, well, hold on here. They did a little bit more than you thought they might. And listen, Rutgers probably isn't going to win a national championship. I might not be on a limb, all due respect, of course, to our friends at Rutgers. I don't know how good they are, but they're certainly a team that you would have thought would have been able to go through an Ohio U team on the road, putting in a bunch of new pieces, and they just couldn't. They didn't get that win until late in the fourth quarter. But let's look at a couple things here.
Sure.
In that game, first of all, Ohio U was really efficient. They did not get inside of Rutgers' 40-yard line very often, inside the scoring zone. A little different than the red zone, of course. Scoring zone inside the 40. So if you look at their points per opportunity, really high. 5 trips inside that 40, and they produced 24 points off of that. Almost 5 points per opportunity. That was a lot. Conversely, Rutgers got inside the OU 40 10 times. but walked away with only 13 points.
Wow.
So that's one of those games, guys, if you dive into those numbers and start to look, maybe that game should have been a little more in favor of Rutgers than what it was. Rutgers just 1.3 points per opportunity, really low. So they didn't take advantage of some of their opportunities. Rutgers also held a 7-yard field position in that game. We always say you start to get up closer to 10, your chances of winning increase. So maybe that game was a little bit closer than you might have expected it to. Coming out of that game, week 1, let's jump over to the defense for a second. Hoppy, I mentioned they gave up 31 in the first half to Rutgers. Then you're right, kind of got it together, only gave up 3 in the second. But coming out of week 1, OU has the 108th tackling grade in PFF out of 136. If I'm Ohio U and I'm looking at something this week, they better get tackling fixed or they're going to have a big problem against this West Virginia offense. We saw Jaheim White in particular run through tackle after tackle against Robert Morris. That's a concern if I'm OU that you're in the bottom, 28 teams in terms of tackling grade. Overall defense, 127 out of 136. Rutgers had its way offensively. Couldn't punch it in when they got inside that 40, as I just said, but really had their way. 127 out of 136 for this remade OU defense. Now, here's another one to look at. Hoppy, you asked about the ability to throw the ball if you had to. Ohio U comes in 134 out of 136 when it gets to coverage grade.
That's not real good.
That's something to be concerned about.
Yeah.
Again, if you're Ohio U and you're worried about that, replacing that entire front 7 and then a couple of your D-backs, those are some alarming numbers right there, guys.
6.5, Cam Vaughn, over-under catches.
Over. Oh. I mean, you mentioned I was going to go there on the Cam Vaughn 183. I mean, he's still catching passes in that bowl game, and that was a quality OU defense that was top 20 in the nation in havoc created. We're off early with our havoc. If you had over 2 on havoc in the first 2 weeks of the season, you're over because I'm going to havoc again. Top 20 last year OU defense, and Cam Vaughn caught passes all day long. You know who else had a big game last year receiving wise?
Gerard Bowie.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that.
Career
Gerard Bowie,
best, didn't he?
Former player of the year here in the state. Does he reemerge this game? You're going to have to throw it a little bit because you're right. They're going to load the box. Now, let's see if they can tackle if they load the box. But I think you should have some success offensively here.
Pac-Man Fox. You know, he had a great special teams game, did not have a catch in the game the other day. Pac-Man might get himself a handful.
Man Singleton.
Could be.
Rodney Gallagher ready to break out here.
You know, this isn't Man's first time against this Bobcat team. Played against them last November in Athens. Had a good game. I believe he snared 5, had hit his way, had 5 catches.
Rutgers quarterback in that game against OU went 18 of 23, 252, and 2 touchdowns. That was a career-high completion percentage from him. So we're seeing Nico coming off his career-high in completion percentage, getting an OU defense that just gave up a career-high to the Rutgers quarterback. Here's another one that led to this tackling grade, guys. Rutgers had 135 of its 152 rush yards after contact, had 7 rushes of 10 or more yards. So you can see why it was what it was. Here's the other thing. Rutgers clearly knew it had something offensively, goes for 4th down 5 times in that game, including at the end of the game to try and seal that thing, went for it on 4th and 7, converted not only that one, converted every 4th down against this OU team. 5 of 5.
But weirdly, it was 1 of 10 on 3rd down.
Which is probably why they had 5 4th downs, but got it every single time without any pushback.
How many times
there.
did they go for it on
5.
4th down?
Made all
They
5
went
of
for
them.
it 5?
Made all 5 of them.
And they were 1 of 10 on 3rd?
Yeah. That's a stat you don't see very
So
often.
if I'm Ohio U and I just struggled to tackle and I just struggled to contain a passing game, and you've got a rich offense in here, if you're going to struggle to tackle, guess what he's going to keep doing? Guess what he's going to want to do? Keep running the ball at you. So I think first and foremost, before you get over to the concern about containing Parker Navarro, which I'll get to now because there is a little bit of a concern there, that defense for OU has to be much better than it was against Rutgers, or Rich is just going to keep running at it.
Okay, if that's the case, then maybe a little bit more. Number 2, Ty Edwards this weekend. Big body guy that kind of takes on first contact well.
Should be more ready, I would think, with Ty Edwards. But again, I think a heavy dose of Jaheim. I mean, I think you're going to see if you bring in Scotty Zaraway again, he can run it. Nico Schmidt at 232. You need to line him up and just run right at people. You can do that as well. What? I'm sorry, what?
Nico Schmidt.
What's Scotty Fox?
Scotty Fox.
Scotty Zaraway, Scotty Fox, same difference.
Same thing.
So I'm anxious to watch this West Virginia offense against a step up in competition in terms of athleticism and talent, but against a team that struggled mightily in week 1 with a bunch of new parts itself. So that's my first matchup. Hops, questions?
No, but
comments?
you're making a really strong argument undermining my obvious observation. So keep going. I'm fine with it.
Just trying to provide balanced coverage here, Hops. Since you went one way, I'll go the other.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about Parker Navarro for a second, because he's really good. And in today's day and age, kind of surprising he's still at OU. Right? I would have thought that's a guy, given what he did last year in the bowl game, throwing for 200 plus, running for another 100, really elusive and fast, both of those things. So he had a couple plays in those Rutgers game that just make defensive coordinators crazy, where he pulls it down and he starts to take off and then pulls up before the line of scrimmage and drops it over the defense. So I think you're most concerned about him when he takes off, although he didn't have a ton of those. 3 of his 9 carries against Rutgers were classified as scrambles, but just be careful when he takes off. That was the second highest rush usage rate for the game behind their number 1 running back, Bangura. Am I saying that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Bangura.
Saye Bangura.
Thank you. Very good.
Really weird situation. He Emmett Matthews'd.
Oh, really? Left and came back?
He Emmett Matthews'd, yeah. He left, came back, went up to Minnesota, had a great season at Ohio, and then gets the nudge, goes to Minnesota, gets 4 carries the entire year for the Gophers.
So he decided not to continue to row the boat.
He took the boat. Lou Wendell got a Lou Wendell pontoon.
Said, I'm going to take you row the boat. I'm going to get a nice Wendell, going to not row it, turn the engine on, and go.
Yeah, hey, PJ, you can take the oar and put it somewhere else. I'm going on down the road with a Lou Wendell pontoon and coming back to Ohio U.
Now, they have a lineman that did the same thing, right? Didn't he go to Rutgers and then came back?
I believe they have.
They did.
They did not have a single player in the transfer portal at Christmas last year. Now, obviously, they had some guys going after, but before that, like, everyone was in. Only team in the country at that point that didn't have any portals.
Okay, here's a matchup to watch, Kirchville. You want a matchup?
Yes.
We thought, or at least I'll speak for myself, not for you two, I thought the West Virginia defense looked fast, looked athletic, and got after it on Saturday, brought great pressure. I thought Hammond Russell was very good, Carrico with pressure. Devin Grant, I mentioned, was in on seemingly every play. Eddie Kelly had a nice game up front as well. Can West Virginia's pass rush get to Navarro? Against Rutgers, he was just 2 of 8 when under pressure. Now, again, that's not a surprise, right? Quarterbacks struggle under pressure, newsflash. But when he was kept clean in that game, how about this, guys? 19 of 23 for 215 and 2 touchdowns. So two issues. One, if he stays clean and you can't get to him, he's probably going to have success throwing it. And then if you do get pressure, can you contain also? Because that's when he's a little bit scary when he gets outside and goes. But start with some pressure. And maybe we make an early prediction here that an interception may be coming for Parker Navarro. And that's something we have not seen. We didn't see it all last year from West Virginia. So few turnovers forced. You saw it a couple years ago with Beanie Bishop having an All-American year, part of why West Virginia was able to win 9 games. In his career, Navarro has 15 big-time throws, according to PFF, 15 big-time throws, 19 turnover-worthy plays. So very good, very talented. Those numbers suggest there may be some turnovers coming. Can you get some pressure? Eddie V, can our guy get in there, cause some problems, and get a pick or 2 here in this game?
How about a Siders sack?
He was very good too.
How about a Siders sack? They may have been had the reins on him a little bit. You know, horses, Hoppy.
Yeah.
Well, you know this. You grew up right near the horse track there, Eastern Pana. You know how those jockeys will kind of just hold him back a little bit.
Hold him back a little bit. Yeah.
Hold him back a little bit.
Let him go.
They may have had the reins on him Saturday, and they may have to give him a little bit of a giddy up there.
Brad, did Rutgers get a sack?
No, I don't believe so. I'll have to look that up. I don't know that.
You don't have to sack if you can hurry.
Yeah, pressure's more to the point,
yeah.
right? And that's the thing. Again, like most quarterbacks, Navarro struggled when he was under pressure right there. The tight ends, you mentioned OU's tight ends as he looks for weapons, losing that 1,200-yard receiver that caught the bulk of their touchdowns, more than half of their touchdown passes last year. Bruno, you're right, came back with 2. Their other tight end was a freshman All-American in Mason Williams, so they're very good at the tight end position. They had the 2 highest, those 2 tight ends, the 2 highest predicted points added against Rutgers, so that's going to be an area to keep an eye on there. But to me, the 2 parts, get some pressure, That potentially leads to a pick or two, so I'll go on record here saying I think a pick is coming. And then I do think Cam Vaughn, you mentioned, I think Cam Vaughn can have another big game in this particular game.
I'm going Cam Vaughn and Fox.
Fox in.
P. Fox or S. Fox?
P. Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Pac-Man Fox?
Pac-Man Fox. I think Pac-Man will make some catches.
Rich talked about it in his press conference this week. It is interesting that these two teams played each other. So Rich had said yesterday or 2 days ago during his press conference that he had started preparation for Ohio U when the West Virginia job came open and then moved on. But he wasn't sure how much that helps. He's seen it, yes, but they've seen West Virginia's base system at some extent too. The one difference, the matchup to watch, Jack State, I almost said West Virginia couldn't run it on OU last year. Jack State didn't run it real well in that game. 1.2 yards per carry in that bowl game. So that's why they had to go to the air and throw it.
Right. But
totally different, as I mentioned earlier, front seven, all new front seven for Ohio U.
They got blown out in the first half of that game and then put on a furious rally to make it a competitive game. Rod Smith was the play caller that day for Jacksonville State. Now's the offensive coordinator with Tony Gibson over at Marshall. Always a West Virginia connection. Always a West Virginia connection. All right, so pretty good.
All right, that's the bulk of what I got to try and counter's national championship game here.
I think you tempered him down a little bit. Hey, Hoppy, there's nothing wrong with what you did. You made obvious observations. He just came back in with factual observations. No big deal. It's fine.
We all have our specialties.
Absolutely.
I wasn't an attack on you. Those were the numbers I was going to bring anyway.
Well, I understand, but
I just didn't know you were going to come out of the gate so strongly there.
You were dismissive of my points, but
he
that's
really
okay.
was. Yeah. He was a little dismissive.
And also mischaracterizing a lot of what I said.
I don't think that's true. Well, two things.
He's never done that.
We'll come in Sunday, and if West Virginia gacks one up here, then you'll have certainly the last word. West Virginia comes in and rolls by 10 or more, you might just want to be prepared. So there's the two scenarios. I'll eat it. If West Virginia goes in and kicks one, I'll eat it on Sunday.
I don't want them to kick it. I'm not making an argument that I hope OU wins. I'm making what I think are the obvious arguments that this still remains a trap game, and you better be ready because this is a solid program. Yes, they got a bunch of new guys, but they have an effective running quarterback, which Tony, is always a problem.
Always.
And you still don't know. I know we said after Robert Morris, we know this team's not going to be bad, but you play Robert Morris 10 times, you beat him 10 times. So now you're playing a better team. How do you perform against a better team? Let's see.
Sure. I think you're right on it, Hop.
Well, thank you.
Spreads on Stats brought to us by the Conley CPA Group. Three Guys brought to us by Tudor's Biscuit World. They've got those fabulous new sauces. We encourage you, if you're making your way over to Athens and you're not there yet, stop by a Tudor's Biscuit World and take part in some of those fantastic sauces. Honey sriracha, Carolina Gold, sweet teriyaki, and the original tried and true Sweet Baby Ray's is still there. Stop by Tudor's Biscuit World today. Treat yourself to some cozy comfort food. Three Guys also brought to us by Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law. They will not take no for an answer. They operate in all 50 of our United States, based here in Parkersburg, West Virginia, but doing business with clients throughout our country. And they focus and they specialize in veterans benefits. So if someone that you know, it might be you, and if it is, thank you for your service, someone that you know or someone that's a past military folks that needs help in their claims for disability and military benefits, veterans benefits, contact the folks at Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law. Doesn't cost you a single penny. They'll guide you through the process. If they earn you money, then they get paid. If they don't get you a penny, doesn't cost you anything. Visit Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law.
By the way, this just in, big traffic jam on US 50.
You make fun now.
If you haven't left already, don't bother.
You know what? It's fine.
No, seriously.
No, there's nothing serious. No. Now my feelings are just
trying to provide a community service, and you're all over him. Just want the folks to take 3 days off work and head over and get to the stadium early.
Kirchhoff's going to show up at 3:45. Going to the Peden Stadium at 3:45.
They do say it's going to be the biggest crowd.
I have to say, last night I did spend some time with our good friend Coach Hunter trying to go over the parking map to see where the best place to park was.
Did you?
In anticipation of the same thing that Tony said.
Who'd you go over that with?
Coach Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Coach Hunter had to try to map out where the parking spots were.
He's making it a Saturday morning. He's going over Saturday morning.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
When are you going?
Saturday morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Early.
Oh, because you're not going to
Early. Trust me. I'm going to get there early. I'm not going to be the guy.
Yeah, you better not get caught in traffic of all people.
Welcome to the ball game, folks. I'm Dwight Wallace with Jed Drenning.
We go live to play-by-play voice Tony Creedy from his car as he's getting parked.
No, I'm going to be there early, you know.
And you have a parking pass.
Yeah.
But it could be just a one.
Well, here's a good thing. Like when you do go down 50, right?
Yeah.
If like let's say that there's a mechanical problem with the vehicle, it's the one game where you know all you have to do is stand on the shoulder and lift your hand up. There's going to be so many West Virginia fans are going to be zipping on by.
I am anxious to see that, or interested to see how many fans there actually are. I've heard from a handful of folks that did do that, bought their season tickets in order to go to this game. Yeah.
Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, that's a beautiful campus. You ever been there?
Yes.
It's a beautiful campus.
Last time I was there was some equipment problems with the basketball stanchion during a game.
Excuse
Coach
me?
Hunter. Remember that, Tone?
You called him Coach Hunter.
Or Coach Hunter on the brain there.
Yeah, it could be.
Yes. So we
We
played
played basketball there. Had a little situation.
during the game.
What was it?
Was that
What
the
was it?
Geno Ford era?
Geno Ford era. Yeah. You remember when we played those Cats with Gary Trent was here?
Sure. Gary Trent was a dude.
You think?
He was a dude.
Yeah, that was good. Larry Hunter did a fantastic job there.
But you know what? Good.
Danny Nee used to coach there at Ohio University in basketball. Had an assistant by the name of Fran Frischella.
Really?
Fran tells an unbelievable story about this wicked snowstorm that was going on, and Fran was supposed to leave during practice to go across West Virginia over like the Cumberland, like Allegheny, to recruit a kid. And so Fran leaves, and the Bobcats are practicing. And about 5 minutes into the trip, like Fran goes like, there's no way I can make this trip. So he turns around, and he goes back to the gym, and he walks back in. And Danny Nee saw him, and he said, oh, my goodness. Now, Danny Nee was military. He said, I've never in my life been ripped like that. Got back in the car, and he said, he drove over. And he said, Billy Hahn, who was an assistant on that staff, was the guy that said, listen, deep breaths. He goes, this is what you're going to do. And I think he said, just get to Morgantown, stay the night, and then finish through and go over the next day. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
Fran always never forgets that story. You know, Fran met his wife. First date Fran Frischella had with his wife was at the mall in Parkersburg.
What?
Yeah. What's that called? Grandview, Grand Station.
Grand Central.
Grand Central Mall. That was the first place they went on a date.
To the mall?
Yeah. Well, back in the era, Hop. I mean, we're talking 70s now, probably.
Right when they got a big old pretzel.
Yeah, probably in the 70s, something like that. But, yeah, I mean, they were at Athens, and so he brought her over there. And they went to that Grand Central Mall that's still around.
Huh.
Small world.
It is a small world.
Fran will not be at the game Saturday.
You know why?
Can't get there early enough.
Didn't leave yet.
Hey, but and Brad, you touched on this, but what a good game to have in terms of when it comes.
Yeah.
Quality of opponent. It's a step up in quality of opponent, but you're not playing Penn State. West Virginia fans can get there. A little bit of a rival, tiny bit of a rival because of neighboring state. It's just it's a good game to have.
It's, as we've said many times, it's the second stair in a nice staircased up schedule for West Virginia. And again, road game, so you get some of that out of your system, understand the logistics for an entirely new group of players. But it's a road game that will have a less hostile environment than some you're going to face because of all the West Virginia contingent. So it's a great spot. Now if you're the team, just go out and take care of business.
Right.
Go out, handle your business, come back, and then get ready for what will be an absolute chaotic week heading into Pitt.
Exactly.
If you are going to the game,
can the team get there?
If
they're driving in with buses that game day.
they know how bad it is. They're staying in Columbus Friday. That's true.
There's no place for the buses to park in Athens.
So if you are going to the game and you're listening to this before the game actually happens and you'd like to listen to the MSN broadcast in the stadium, 89.1 FM. 89.1 FM.
Oh, okay.
We'll put up our little pirate radio transmitter, 89.1 FM, if you'd like to listen to the game. Here's something that's always special. If you are going to the game, guess what's coming back? Triple Point Saturdays at Gomart.
Oh.
Did you hear what I said? If you've got the app and the rewards card, kickoff's not the only thing worth cheering for. Triple Point Saturdays at every Gomart every Saturday in the fall. Rewards members rack up triple points on everything. Snacks, drinks, gas, you name it, you got it. More points, more savings, more excuses to snack. Visit the Gomart app. Download that Gomart app. And also, all you have to do is go into any Gomart. They got a QR code going in right now. Yeah, the ultimate tailgating package. Just sign up for it. And what you get, a $200 Gomart gift card, a pop-up tent, a portable grill, and a cooler. It's a starter pack for domination. So all you have to do is go into any Gomart, scan the QR code. That puts you in. And you could be a winner.
Then you get
a world's championship.
Get your Connection 304 there while you're at the Gomart and put it right in that cooler you've just won.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing about this road game. You'll hit plenty of Gomarts.
Yeah.
If you're driving from the state, leaving today and heading over, you'll go through lots of Gomarts there. You can get ready before you get there.
And they have them in Ohio too.
They do have them in Ohio.
Yeah, they do have. They have them in the state of Ohio as well. All right, you guys ready for a little healing?
Hit a traffic jam, just pull over in the parking lot and listen to the game.
A lot of people you could.
See, he's going to be insufferable when he comes in Sunday, and there'll be a bunch of texts that say they got caught in traffic. You think I'm going to be insufferable if West Virginia wins by 14? Your boy over here. If there's two cars trying to get into the campus, your boy's going to be insufferable.
We may have overplayed our hand.
Probably overplayed that because he might be right on track.
Yeah, he might be.
What I may do is go back, and it'll be the first replay edition of Three Guys. Like, we'll pull cuts from the show. Let's take a look at the videotape. Here's Kercheval. Kercheval saying West Virginia got no judge. Boom. Here's Caridi calling for traffic. Big headline in the Athens paper. Traffic mayhem.
Worst traffic in a century.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take care of it. That's all right. This all stays on tape, as y'all know. It is time for your input. Textual Healing is our text line that you can chime in on at 304-404-4083. 304-404-4083. We accumulate these texts. Not all of them can be used because we just get too many of them. I would say, however, that I would say it's fair to say that they're all read. And then sometimes you get an individual response. A lot of the same, ones are themed similarly. You guys ready?
Ready.
I got to put on my, if I mentioned it all, let me get this out here. Let me clean up a little bit. I mentioned it all that they're concerned about traffic coming up on Saturday.
I don't think so.
First
what
I've heard
do
of
they have
that.
on that?
Yeah.
You have anything on that?
Get there early. That's what they're saying. Get there early. All right. You ready?
I do think Mountaineer fans will get there early, regardless of his warning or not.
Yeah, I think they will too. That's kind of their nature.
Why wouldn't you? The weather's going to be ideal.
Yeah.
Why not get there early?
They will. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Our first one. Hey, Three Guys, this is Luke Vass from Fayetteville, West Virginia. I would love for you all to give my grandmother, Margaret Michael of Beckley, a shout-out and well wishes as she is battling cancer. She is a lifelong mountaineer of 70-plus years and will watch every game this season while she is kicking cancer's butt. I love the pod, appreciative of you guys and all that you do and represent West Virginia. I will see you guys week 3 in Morgantown. Let's go. So, Margaret, we wish you the absolute very, very best, and I love that you're ready to kick cancer's butt, and we certainly do appreciate it and wish you the very, very best. Tony Senator and the retired-ish Hop, hello. I heard you mention there were a few people that purchased Ohio season tickets in order to attend Saturday's game. A group of friends and I got together. We bought 8 season tickets for a whopping $400. Threw in a parking pass for another 100, tongue click, in order to secure seats. I know of a few more people that did the same thing. I expect a huge turnout. I can't wait to make the 80-minute drive from Putnam County. Keep up the good work. The assumed mayor of Eleanor. P.S. If you guys know anybody looking for Gardner Webb or UMass tickets on the cheap, point them my way.
I unfortunately I didn't write down the answer to this, but Coach Hunter the other night on Sportsline, if you go back and find it on the podcast, they're collecting. There's an organization there that's collecting any unused tickets.
Oh, really?
So for West Virginia fans that bought those season tickets and aren't going to use the others, if you'd like to send those into this organization, they'll distribute them to kids in need in that area that might like to go to that game. So that was on the Monday edition of Sportsline, if you want to go back and listen to that.
Okay, very good. Joe from Barbersville, looking forward to the game. Friend of mine from church, his son plays in the Ohio band. Season tickets there for several years. Had a chance to purchase individuals for the school. So I'll be sitting at the 40-yard line, about 25 rows up. Bonus for us Huntington fans, the drive is a leisurely hour and a half versus the trip to Morgantown. My friend also tipped me off concerning parking, from which I hear is atrocious. He said to park at the fairgrounds, $20 American money, and shuttle right to the stadium entrance. So you might want to go to the fairgrounds there. I'm just trying to help.
There you go, Joe. Good tip.
Texter.
Gave you some actionable information there.
It was. I was just looking at the park. They got a whole section here. Pre-sale game day parking passes are sold out.
I would think.
Heard it was going to be big.
Well, they only have 7 spaces. So.
But why would you say something like that?
I was being a wise guy, but they the parking lots, if you have it open at 7 a.m., I see that. Now you got me concerned. I'm not going.
Hoppy's going to be nervous for the people that are going. Texter, on a recent trip up US 33 from the Kanawha Valley to Columbus, I decided to stop in Athens, do a little early scouting. With the gate open, no one was around. I took the chance to look around. I can definitely say the stadium is no Mountaineer Field, but it should still be a fun atmosphere. Unfortunately, I didn't have a football with me to attempt a field goal challenge. So Nate, look what he did, Brad. He went on the field and blacked out his face so he couldn't be arrested for trespass. There he is. And then he took another shot down the sideline. There he is again. Yeah. This next one's
It
pretty
looks like a
early.
nice little stadium there.
Yeah.
It is a very nice stadium.
Yeah.
This next one always just flabbergasts.
Okay.
Listen closely.
All right.
Greetings, men, from Joe Oliverio. My daughter Alyssa was in Prague, Czech Republic, attending a Vivaldi concert and saw a guy there with a West Virginia hat when she was near their theater. She went up to him and said, my dad always wears a West Virginia hat. Can I get a picture with you? He says, wait, pulls out the West Virginia flag and takes a picture to send to me. Small world. His name is Tim. He's from Wheeling, and he knows her Uncle Mike.
Of
course he does.
Why wouldn't he?
So she just by chance meets this guy after a Vivaldi concert in the Czech Republic, and he knows her uncle. That's West Virginia.
And only a West Virginian wears his or her West Virginia cap to a Vivaldi concert.
And carries a flag. Hold on, let me pull my flag
Got a
out.
flag here.
Yeah, seriously. The flag did make it. Yeah, you need anything else? Huh? Greetings, Andrew from Danville. I had the full 3 guys experience for the game in the opener. Here we go. Look at these pictures.
Very good.
He goes Tudors for breakfast.
Yeah, good start.
Yeah.
Got gas at Gomart,
Yeah.
Elkview. Got a fly rod slim. Look at the size of that
my
Slim Jim.
gosh.
I mean, that
Look
is
at that
supply.
Slim-
By
and-
the way, the Elkview one, one of my favorites, Hoppy.
Of
Been there
course.
about 15 times this
Yes.
summer. It's a good one.
Then he made it over to the 3 guys food court. I saw Brad and Hoppy, but I didn't want to interrupt them as they were talking as me and my son Carter moved through. Look at, he got that Rev Kev biscuit.
We
Should have
missed
said
that.
hello there.
Then he heads over to the stadium later. So there was his son, Andrew, good young man, I'm sure. And then he goes to stay. There's Boss Ross.
Yeah.
Boss Ross Hodge there at the ball game. So, yeah.
Ross had a good time and a really good experience in his first Mountaineer basketball game. Had a recruit there.
Yeah,
like
football
the
game.
atmosphere.
Football
What
game.
I say? Basketball game?
He's in basketball.
Hope he has a good experience at his first basketball
hope so,
game as
too.
well. But
Was
yes,
that
he
was that
enjoyed
kid
football
that
game.
nationally ranked recruit?
Yeah, top 100 there, Tony.
Good.
Be a big.
Need a few of those young fellas.
He'd be a big, as they say.
Phil in Ashland, Kentucky, 17 years ago, I was at West Virginia's opening game. I was at a tailgate with hundreds of my closest friends that I did not know, cheering Michigan's loss to Appalachian State. I don't remember who we played or whether or not we won, but at that moment it didn't matter. Rich Rodriguez lost. We have certainly come full circle, and it feels great. Thanks for all you do to West Virginians everywhere.
Hey, Tony.
Yes, sir.
The parking information does reinforce what the texter said, that
Yeah, don't believe me. Believe the texter.
Check out the available off-campus lots and shuttle services.
That's right.
If you park it...
Freaking guy.
You talk to the OU guy. That's not a good enough source. Kirchhoff's on Facebook. You're getting information.
He's on Craigslist.
Craigslist. No, this is the official parking site.
Because the play-by-play guy's not official.
Now you've pushed me over to his side. He did give me the information from a credible source.
I know.
Now you're speaking definitively.
I just was reinforcing. I'm coming around to this parking thing. I'm coming around. It says to go to the fairgrounds.
I wasn't buying in early, but I finally came around to it. There's going to be a lot of people and a lot of cars in a small space.
You can pre-purchase.
On Instagram Reel, and now I'm in.
Yeah. Nick the Greek texts in. Nick the Greek. Fellas, happy back to football season. Growing up in Bridgeport, going to West Virginia as a freshman, 2007, Saturday had me all my feels. So many great memories. With the birth of my son this summer has me even more excited to share the joys and create new memories with him. He hit us up last year on this, about this year's Greek festival down in Clarksburg. Now, that comes up Friday, 12 September. It's one day only, and we will have dine-in, takeout, and pre-orders available. Now, this is what I like. I want to talk about this a little bit. He says, it hands down is the best Greek food in the state. It's all homemade. Gyros, baklava, all of the Greek essentials that we know and love. Flyer and website attached. I didn't get to that. The baklava will go fast, so make sure to pre-order it for your pit game tailgate. All of your friends and family will thank you. As always, I'd be happy to share any and all Greek food with you all. You got baklava from, I believe, Hudson's family last year. With all due respect, you have to have real Greek baklava from us. All jokes aside, looking forward to this season, listening to you all. See, right there at the end, that last graph and that sentence speaks volumes about ethnic people and their food. He came back with, I believe you had baklava from Hudson's family. Then he goes with this one. With all due respect, you have to have real Greek baklava from us. Like, people are incredibly territorial about their food. Like, if it isn't this, then it don't count. So if you're into that, by all means, a 10 coming up. Tech Scopes, thank you very much for clarifying my recent question regarding hyenas and the dean's accurate diagnosis of your fixation. In all seriousness, watching Rich get emotional during Country Roads made me realize why we needed him back. Aside from starting the post-game tradition, he understands the magnitude that the program has on the state and the blue-collar work ethic and the fan base craves of its world champion Mountaineers. He gets us, and I'm damn proud to again call him our football coach once again. And also, would you please rate my Robert Morris game day play, Glenn from Glenn Ferris. He went 2 slaw dogs, and that's a good picture. I mean, he went heavy on the slaw. That was not like, there wasn't like, hey, there's a little teeny bit left. He slawed them.
He did.
This next one is a wow. This goes back to our last episode when Hoppy did a great job letting us know that Robert Morris owned land in West Virginia. Now,
which was in Virginia, but became West Virginia.
Yeah. Now the rest of the story.
Okay.
Don't look down at it. Don't read it. Just let me read it. Let me read it and you hear it.
All right.
As a young West Virginia attorney, I frequently reviewed title on land that Robert Morris once owned. It wasn't tens of thousands of acres. It was 500,000 acres.
By the way, I didn't say tens of thousands. You did.
Whatever. Now, see, I think that's not true. We could go back and find that.
We can go back.
You did say tens of thousands.
Did I?
Yes.
Well, tens. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, it was 500,000. That's tens of thousands. You're
all
right.
A lot of tens of thousands.
You could have said hundreds of thousands. But anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
A lot of land.
Yeah. Well, he goes on. With the birth of West Virginia's mineral extraction industry in the late 19th century, Robert Morris's successors in interest reasserted their claim to the land. Ultimate 1898, the case goes to the U.S. Supreme Court, which told the Morris claimants, tough luck.
Wow.
The seminal title abstract on the Morris patent was written by West Virginia Senator Chapman Revercombe, who lost his Senate reelection campaign in 1958 to Robert C. Byrd. Some of the Morris lands came to be owned by Island Creek Coal Company, which was once chaired by Al Gore Sr. Other lands came to be owned by James O. Cole, whose grandson, Cole Porter, lived off of his family's coal wealth while composing some of Broadway's most famous musicals. And now, he says, you know the rest of the story.
That's impressive. That is awesome.
That's some strong Robert Morris from you first, Hop, and then our texter there. That's really well
Appreciate
done.
the deep dive. There was a lot more tentacles there that are fascinating.
If you were
well done.
Yeah, but if you were worth a nickel, you would have had the real estate abstracts on the parking at Ohio University. Where did it all start? Who owned the parking at Ohio University in the 1800s?
Are you saying but just that blows my mind. There was a Cole Porter connection.
Yeah. Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah, exactly.
Texter, Tony mentioned he enjoyed watching the airplanes land in Morgantown when he got his gas at the Go-Mart out there on the mile ground. Here is a picture. Look at this. Here's a picture of our bird that we flew in for the Mountaineer game.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
Big shout out to the FBO crew at Morgantown Municipal who take great care of us and our airplane when we fly in. So he flies that bad boy in there. Got a little bit of a golden blue. And there they are at the food court.
Oh, very good.
Right?
Oh,
Got the folks
we met them.
sure you did, Hop. That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember talking to them. Yeah, I flew in.
Got the nice Daniels quarter zip on there, too.
Yeah.
Fine looking, Phil.
So another big topic. Last show, Hoppy, you made a suggestion that we need to come up with a name when West Virginia goes into its tush push.
Right.
And our listeners immediately jumped on it.
Good.
And I got one at a little bit after 6 o'clock Sunday. We recorded Sunday morning, a little bit after Sunday, and it was this one. First one in. Some ideas for the tush push. You could call it Coal Rush, Mountain Mash, and assuming people know the origins of that good old Mountain Dew, Mountain Mash. Of course, if Nico's running, the Nico Nudge. And then others came in and said,
Nico Nudge is funny.
Yeah. It is
how
good.
about this? He called it the Nico Sneeko. My gut is that even when we play multiple quarterbacks, Nico will be the tush push quarterback with his size. Thanks for the pod. This came from Arch Street, and yes, that is my real name. But Arch, I bet you don't live on Arch Street. And here's some other ones. The Nico Nudge, the Spruce Blob, which I think is hilarious. Spruce Knob, Spruce Blob. The Push Car Push, the John Denver Drive, the I-79 Shove. Or if you want to get conceptual, the PRT, because it's a huge structure designed to move one guy a relatively short distance. I'll see myself out.
That's good. That one's pretty funny.
You know what I'm going with?
What are you going with?
Mountaineer Mash.
Are you?
Yeah, because it is an ode to the moonshine industry, right? The mash. You make mash when you make that stuff, and I think that's what it is. I mean, you're mash. I'm going with going to the Mountaineer Mash.
Well, it's up to you. You're the play-by-play guy. So whatever you say.
I'm going to try the Mountain. Did he say Mountain Mash? I think I'm going to go Mountain Mash.
Richard Tyree on Twitter hit us up wants it called the Hillbilly Plunge.
Mountain Mash.
I
like that.
Mountain Mash or Mountaineer?
I'm going to go Mountain Mash.
Mountain Mash.
TRT is funny. That's a good one.
PRT.
Mountain Mash. So this is a follow-up to, again, some pictures from for this weekend. Frank and Chad Moore with the man this weekend before the game with Robert Morris. That's him.
Homeless.
For those that don't know, that is Dave Without a Home in the middle.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to change his name to Dave Without a Home.
Yeah, it's Chad in the hat, Frank.
Yeah, well, there's
without
other ones.
the
Go
hat.
ahead, flip through those, Jake. So who are these guys here? What? These are the Moores.
Yeah, so that's Frank Moore right there. Graduate school here, late 90s. Now is way up the org chart. Might run the whole thing. I haven't confirmed that yet at CAA. Heard of CAA?
What department is he in? Is he in like movies? Is he in like
Business. Does accounting.
Oh, accounting. Okay, but he's not like
Great dude. He and Chad. We had a
they're
great time
those are good
catching up
guys.
with them.
They're fired up. By the way, you got a correction here. We talked about the two Go-Marts side by side in Flatwoods. Texter came in and said the Go-Mart on the right at Flatwoods is their truck stop.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah, we knew that.
That's right.
We knew that.
But
I mean,
classic
you can still go in there if you want.
Well, yeah, they won't.
Yeah,
push
I
you
mean,
out.
they don't check IDs to see if you drive a semi in there. So, but he's right. It is the truck stop, but you can get in.
I'm sorry, sir. You're not driving a truck.
Because sometimes
Go
the other
across the
one is
road.
so busy. I mean, the other one gets busy. I pulled in there earlier this summer. Every parking spot taken, every pump taken. Sometimes you got to go to the right there and get in there, get in, get out.
Yeah, you can. It's a cheat code because if you're full in the first one, the semis are getting their fuel. They get fuel. They're getting theirs on their own separate area. You can kind of come circle back around and you got exit.
Go in, get your Reese's.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah, get your Reese's and your drink and you're out.
Why do we keep saying right or left? Because it depends on which way you're going.
No, if you're pulling into the Go Mart,
left and there's one right.
it's the truck stop's on your right or the one on the left. It's
see.
not off the interstate or which way you're coming. Don't complicate it.
And you
It's
don't
as you're
have-
pulling
yeah.
in.
I see
it's
what
on
you're
your
saying.
right
Okay.
or
And if you go to the truck
Same.
stop,
Yeah.
if you go to the truck stop one, like you don't have to pretend and like walk up to the cashier and go, "Yeah, I got the rig out there. And just take these 2 Reese's here." You don't have to play. Just they'll
I'm a right side guy.
No, you're not. No, you are not.
You are not.
You go to the main building right in front of you. I've been with you when
Why
you've
are
done
you
that.
struggling with this? My gosh, sometimes I just wonder if we need to get you some medicine. I mean, why is that a struggle? You don't go to the one on the right. When we
Confident. You've never been to the one on the right. Ever. Because we've been with you multiple times. You go to the main one right straight ahead. You've not been to the one on the right.
tell you what, you know what you are going to get? You're going to get a leash, and we're going to walk you around now.
If we didn't have to leave for Ohio U today, I'd drive you down to Flatwoods right now.
If you're looking for a refreshing upgrade for your office, Comax Business System is West Virginia's answer. Introducing the I-12 water cooler, where sleek design meets cutting-edge technology. If you're a business owner, you can get do away with all the plastic bottles. Get your water right there, one machine, 44 pounds ice, 8.5 pounds of additional storage, hot water, cold water. Check it out. They want you to be well hydrated if you're looking for a super duper water machine for your business place. Also, 3 guys giving a salute to Lou Wendell. I guarantee you that the state's leading pontoon boat dealer will have pontoons in the Ohio River this weekend.
Yeah.
Folks will make a weekend of it. They've been doing it for over 40 years, located in St. Albans, and they do sell Avalon pontoon boats, which are the premier boats made 100% here in the United States of America. Also, those G3 John boats. You're getting a little bit of a lot of good stuff going on in the waterways right now as we head in toward the fall season. So visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. They are the premier folks here in our state.
Leaves are starting to change.
Yes.
Right? Be
Yeah,
nice
they
out there
are.
on that
Oh,
boat.
beautiful.
A little cool to start your day. Sun coming down. Fall
Perfect.
boating, underrated, as we often say.
Often.
Okay. I think I got off track here, but anyway. Good morning, 3 guys. This is Nate from Virginia Beach. I've got a very easy solution to the fake injury situation. They should change it so instead of requiring players to come out for 1, they have to come out for 10 plays, or the rest of the series, or the rest of the quarter, or a defined time like a 2-minute penalty box in hockey. I believe this would stop the fake injuries quickly. Love the show. P.S. I did not go to West Virginia. I don't own land in West Virginia. I'm not a P1 rated listener, but my West Virginia connection is I was turned on to WVU by a college roommate, Zop from Elkins, West Virginia. Keep up the great work. Sometimes that
Good job,
happens.
Zop.
Yeah.
Way to spread the word.
Like my son, when he went to school, he brought a bunch of kids that didn't know anything about WVU, and now they're like huge Mountaineer fans and weren't raised on it.
It's whether it's the game or the state or whatever, or the university, what do people always say? If we can get you here, right? If we can get you here.
Yeah. Texter JD from the Southern Coalfields. Who's on your list of top 5 good hyenas from West Virginia defenses of the past? Pac-Man Jones has to be on there, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's no question that Pac-Man is definitely in the den as one of the all-time great hyenas.
He has to be the hyena leader.
Yeah.
That's a great one there.
Hey, 3 guys, please keep the hyena
The only
reference.
thing about him, though, a lot of times when the lion then comes out, those hyenas start to back away. Pac-Man wouldn't back away there. He'd go right at the lion.
No, you're
That's
right.
a little different breed of hyena there.
Yeah.
He'd attack.
Yeah. Hey, 3 guys, please keep the hyena references going. I absolutely love Tony's impression of those godforsaken creatures. Machine gunned them all down. Got quite a laugh out of me. Dave from Cleveland, also known as America's North Coast. I was over there at practice yesterday. And I was watching defense, and I kind of continued on with it. So if the defensive back, if they're the hyenas, so I'm going like, okay, let's go animal kingdom here. The down linemen are the pachyderms, right? right? That's a down lineman.
That's pretty good on demand.
It was pretty good.
That was pretty
Yeah.
good on demand.
So those big guys are.
That's good.
And then your ends, your rush ends, Jaguars,
Yeah.
right? Jaguars.
Yeah.
And then Mufasas are your linebackers. Those are the Lions. They're just kind of like this, right? They got that big old head, just like here, yeah, bring it up here, and we'll eat you. I think that's the remaining of it.
What do those defensive backs sound like when they start talking?
Next one comes in referencing Alaskan hyenas. I flew into Juneau, Alaska over the Labor Day weekend to meet my son who was flying over from Fairbanks. Given that there could indeed be a western threat of hyenas to the local Morgantown area, I did a land, look at these hop, I did a land and sea and air expedition of the Juneau ice field
Oh, my goodness.
and the Tongass National Forest. I am happy to report to you no current hyenas indicated from your western flank, signed by W.E. Heasley, 1979 graduate of the state's land-grant institution.
Some great shots.
So Hoppy, he went in there to check for hyenas in Alaska, and he says, good to go.
Awesome. That's incredible. Those are great.
Look at those
Whoa,
shots,
wow.
man.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, Jake, will you go back to the first picture of the planes in the water there? Like, I've never done one of those landings. Like, that would...
Those Lou Wendell planes?
No, they sell pontoons. So if you were to keep going to the left of that shot, there's Lou Wendell pontoons
On the
there
docks,
in Juneau.
just like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lou Wendell has not gone into
Just the boats.
just the boats for right now. Yeah.
Hey, Tony, here's something. Hyenas have a higher kill rate, success in kill rate than lions. That lions
Well.
are more scavengers than hyenas. Hyenas kill 66 to 90% of what they eat. So they're more about tracking and killing than they are scavenging.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
This I would love to know this.
Okay.
Like, what's the kill rate of lions against hyenas?
Let me check.
I'd love to know. Like, I'm going to be so bummed out if you don't come out with a heavy percentage to go like, oh yeah, lions are constantly killing
Well,
hyenas.
that's got to be so. That's a Hall of Fame win percentage, I would think.
You would hope. I mean, you would hope. Last one.
What'd you say about hyenas?
What about them?
When you flip flop, you like when they're if they're attacking something you want attacked, you're on board with the hyenas.
Yeah, if they're going
If
after
you're on
some
the other side, you want the hyenas to get
machine gun. Yeah. I've talked about this before. Those boars in Texas that rip up all that land.
Yeah.
I love when they go up there in them helicopters with those machine guns and just mow those pigs.
You watch that on YouTube?
They just roll around on the ground.
You watch that on YouTube?
Love it. And we put the night vision goggles on, and those are the best. Love that. Situation. Saw the sign at Buffalo Wild Wings over there at the Suncrest Town Center. There's a sign out front now that reads, 3 guys, L-I-V-E, here. So the 3 of you living together could make for a successful reality show, but if anyone needs housing, wouldn't it be Homeless Dave? So there is a sign in front of the Buffalo Wild Wings that says 3 guys live here, but you could take it as 3 guys live here. And we're not going to live there, but a week from Thursday, which would that date be? That would be 4, 5, 6, 13, yeah. So it would be 12, 11.
11.
On September 11th, we're doing another live show from Buffalo Wild Wings, and
I knew it.
Here we go.
Because I know what he's
Yeah.
about to say.
Yeah.
And it's hard to not say what he's about to say because if it happens, it'll be awesome. But he shouldn't
no.
say it yet.
actually, I wasn't even going to say that.
Oh, damn.
I wasn't.
Now he's going to.
No, I'm actually not going to say that. I was going to say this in all seriousness. I've talked to a bunch of people since we did our first one, and you need to get there early. Not as early as not as early as the Ohio University game, but I'm just telling you,
He's right here.
There's
he's
a lot-
Right, he's right on this.
Okay.
So what's happened is obviously Rich Rodriguez's talk show weekly is Mondays now.
Right.
And last year it was Thursdays. And so people coming in for the weekend would make Thursdays Coaches Show their first event of the weekend. Well, now the Coaches Show goes Monday, which is fine, but like Thursdays, people are looking things to do, and a bunch of people have come to me over the last several days and go like, "Hey, you like what's where you?" And I said, "Thursdays, Buffalo Wild Wings. We're going to do a live show, and we're going to have another hot wing, blazing wing cook challenge, and there's a potential that we might have an unbelievable contestant for that." And I'll leave it at that because I don't like to overpromise.
Yeah, of course.
I don't like to report things before
And
they
hopefully
happen.
our champion returns.
Champion will try to defend, and the clock will be very important.
So this will be interesting on this one. Do we have more than one table's worth? Like, what if we have more than 4 or 5 contestants? Do you just add more chairs, or do we do a second flight?
No, we'll do it all at once. Okay. We'll do just multiple. We'll just multiple tables.
Brad worried about
I'm worried about wing challenge seating.
former staff guy worried about staffing. How are we going to do this? Can we get some extra chairs?
So that's next Thursday. But hey, forget about Pitt for now and that whole Pitt weekend, which will be an absolute circus, because that Pitt game doesn't mean anything at all unless.
Well, it still means something.
It does, but it means game day's not coming if you lose.
Well, you don't know if they're coming if they win.
I say they are. I reported that first.
Go handle your business. Go handle your business.
You got to handle your business.
When
line up, run right at them.
When lions and hyenas face off, typically not much happens. They sort of face off with each other.
Yeah.
But there are instances where male lions will take on a female hyena or an injured hyena or a young one.
Yeah.
Other instances where if there's a bunch of hyenas and an injured lion, then the hyenas could take over. So it's kind of even. Almost like the West Virginia Ohio University football game. Almost even there. You probably slight edge to the Lions there, but
You would think hyenas should have like no shot whatsoever against a lion.
well, if there's 10 or 20,
Who knows what his source is here? Just
yeah. He's
I'm doing this on the fly.
You don't even know which
that's my
go march.
point.
You don't even know which go march you're going into. I'm not listening to you.
After the show, I want to ask you about that.
see, he didn't believe us.
All right.
We've been with you when you go in the other one. You've not been to the right. Unless you've been by yourself and gotten lost and ended
Are
up
we
over
talking
the
about
right.
Summersville now?
3 guys.
No. Nor are we talking about Elkview.
You talking about Flatwoods?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean then.
3 guys brought to us by
Flatwoods.
Go Mart.
Did you think we were talking Summersville
I
this whole
thought you
time?
were talking about Summersville.
There aren't
the whole
two.
time.
There aren't two, and there aren't 2 next to each other in Summersville.
There's just the one. And so that's why you're saying it's on the right if you're coming back to Morgantown.
The
It's on
whole
the left if
time
you're
I
going
thought you
down.
were talking about Summersville. The entire time. Seriously.
Wrap it up on that. We'll end on
Hoppy's gonna go get a rest now, and we'll be back.
I got to leave. I
On
got to get to
Sunday.
Athens.
that. I see
Look at
why
me.
you're confused.
3 guys
thank
brought
you.
to us by
Now.
Go Mart. And you did say tens of thousands of acres. Get a Go Mart rewards card. Go to GoMart.com for details at Go Mart. Visit Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's Biscuit. By Comax Business Systems, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, efficient for 25 years. By Jan Dill's Attorneys at Law. They won't take no for an answer. And by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers. Again, if you're going to the game, get there early. And on the FM dial, 89.1. We're back on Sunday. Show will come out about 2 o'clock on Sunday for a recap of West Virginia and Ohio University.
Go in.
Yeah. Special thanks to our producer, Jake. We throw a lot of stuff at him, and he handles it with great.
Aplomb.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. I almost went acuity. I'm going to go aplomb.
Plum.
We're going to get Hoppy a GPS. We'll be back. See you.